So, let's talk about artificial intelligence. You hear that term thrown around everywhere, right? But what does it actually mean? Honestly, it's one of the most misunderstood concepts of our time, and it seems to create more confusion than clarity. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and unpack what's really going on.
And this is the picture we're usually sold, isn't it? You see it in the movies, you read it in the headlines. AI is framed as this massive, world-ending threat that's just waiting to pounce. It's a really powerful and, let's be honest, pretty terrifying image.
But here's the big question. Is that picture even close to accurate? When we talk about the AI we have today, are we really talking about a machine that thinks? I mean, does it have a will of its own? Or is there something completely different happening here? Let's get into it.
Okay, so the most important thing we need to get straight right off the bat is the difference between a really smart tool and a truly conscious mind. From the outside, they might look kind of similar, but trust me, they are fundamentally worlds apart.
So check this out. This really breaks down the key difference. The AI we have right now, it's a master of super sophisticated computation. It just follows the rules that its human designers gave it. As one source puts it, it's literally no more self-aware than a calculator. True consciousness, though, that's a whole other ballgame. That's about self-awareness, independent reasoning, and that spark, that thing we call inspiration.
And that right there, that's the line in the sand. The moment a machine can actually premeditate, plan ahead, have a genuine flash of inspiration, and truly know that it exists as a separate me, well, that's the moment it stops being just a tool. And let me be clear, we are nowhere near that point.
All right, so keeping that big distinction in mind, tool versus thought, let's take a look at where our modern fear of AI even comes from. It might feel super new, super futuristic, right? But the pattern of this fear, it's actually very old. I mean, this kind of fear, it is not new at all. Think about it. The printing press, the locomotive, even the telephone. Our reaction to powerful, new technology that we don't fully understand, well, it's a story that has played out time and time again throughout history. Yeah, it's like we're just seeing an echo of old superstitions. We're watching a modern version of a really old human habit. When we don't understand something, we tend to fill in the gaps with fear, with monsters and magic.
And this quote really hits the nail on the head. I know it's a pretty provocative comparison, but it's a powerful one. The fear of some unseen, misunderstood power that could cause harm, that's a deep part of our psychology. And today, that fear is just being projected onto AI.
Okay, so to really pull the curtain back and demystify AI, we need to stop thinking about sci-fi robots for a second. Let's look at the tech that's already all around us. In fact, it's probably right there in the palm of your hand.
Just think about your everyday life, your smartphone predicting the next word you're going to type, your smart TV suggesting a show it thinks you'll love, a computer that can smoke a grandmaster at chess. Guess what? All of these things are running on what we call artificial intelligence. And here's the kicker, the big punchline. Yes, those are all technically examples of AI. But, and this is a big but, none of them are thinking. They're executing incredibly complex commands based on their programming. They're calculating, not contemplating. There's a huge difference.
The best way to think about it is like a pocket calculator. Just an incredibly, insanely powerful one. It takes in information, processes it based on a set of rules, and spits out an answer. It doesn't have feelings about the numbers. It doesn't have an opinion on the result. It just computes.
Okay. I know what you might be thinking. But what about the scary stuff, right? Autonomous drones, battlefield robots, those viral videos of fire-spewing mechanical dogs? Look, even these really advanced, really intimidating systems, they're still just tools. They were built by humans to do very specific things.
The danger they pose? It doesn't come from some evil, independent will of their own. No way. They're dangerous in the exact same way any powerful weapon is dangerous. Their potential to cause harm is a direct result of their human design and, the limitations of their creators. So, all of this brings us to the main takeaway here. If we're going to have a real productive conversation about the future of AI, we absolutely have to be clear about what we're actually afraid of.
Because right now, as a society, we've assigned way too much power to the term artificial intelligence. We've loaded it up with all these science fiction fantasies and existential dread, when the reality of the technology is so much more grounded. We're reacting to the myth, not the actual machine.
And this final quote really says it all. The message is simple. Before we panic, maybe we should first make sure we actually understand what we're so afraid of. By demystifying the term, by separating the idea of a computational tool from the concept of a thinking being, we can have a much clearer, much more rational discussion about the real risks and rewards.
So I want to leave you with this final question to chew on. If today's AI is just a tool, a really advanced one, but a tool nonetheless, like a hammer or a calculator, then maybe our fear is a little misplaced. Are we truly afraid of the tool itself, the artificial intelligence? Or are we actually afraid of the very natural, and let's face it, often flawed, human minds that build and wield it? That's something to really think about.